Sometimes you have to be there. Well, maybe you won't have to be in the future. Lucid VR, we're with Han Jin. Lucid VR, what are you guys doing with these cameras that you're about to show us?
Sure. We have created very small portable camera devices, as you can see here. So they are so small and portable that you can just put it into your pocket. And then with those kind of devices, you can capture 3D 180 degree, which gives you the chance to create an entire 3D space.
And it truly is 3D. It's something you have to see. You were just showing me some examples of footage you took. What sort of applications, I mean, the real estate one seems like an obvious one to actually really feel what you have to be there to see otherwise. What applications do you see beyond that?
I mean, there are so many applications for virtual reality right now, and we are building the camera to give you the opportunity to do whatever you want. For example, in training, if you want to train someone in putting makeup on or the sports or whatever, those kind of applications are very easy to do. Then if you look into applications of traveling, you can be physically here in the United States, but then you can watch a trailer or a video where you are in the in a different country, and you can walk through the streets of Paris, that kind of things. There are tons and tons of applications. If I would think about like remote communication, if you want to monitor something from far away and you can't be physically there, but primarily it's about bridging a distance, or if you want to capture something and then store it for for a later time in your life, it would be storing memories and going back to memories and relive them.
And it works with the 3D glasses, right? Whether it be Google Cardboard or whatever.
Right, so everybody who has a mobile phone can actually watch what we do. And they can create their own virtual reality, because on the mobile phone device, you can turn it around and then it goes into a split screen, and then you have a stereoscopic 3D image of what you captured. And of course, you need to have one of those cardboards, which Google brought out. I brought one with me, so it looks like that.
A lot of interesting branding opportunities with these things.
I mean, like the New York Times just sent a few million out of those to their normal subscribers, and now those people know what to do with it instead of having it only on their kitchen table or whatever.
And the New York Times used it to actually enhance one of their news stories they had, right?
Yeah, so journalism is another application where you can look into like filming the same way from a first-person perspective as you saw it at that time when you were in Afghanistan and there was war or anything going on. And like this, that person who actually watches it feels like he is in Afghanistan with you, experiencing the same event with you at the same time.
The camera itself, it'll strap onto your chest. That's one mounting on.
It's funny because we are a team of very talented Stanford Berkeley grads who likes to play around with GoPros, and we thought, let's make our camera like a GoPro. You can mount it on your head, mount it on your chest, however you want to use it, and you can also just hold it with your hands, and that's the easy way to do it.
Now, is it Wi-Fi enabled? Can you transmit the signals in real time, or do you have to store it? Or
that's a great question, because that's something we are working on right now. From our campaign, which is running live right now, you can order our camera online for just around $300, and people have given us feedback in terms of how do you make it simpler for anybody to capture and view and share. So we are working on Wi-Fi capabilities so that you can transfer the data directly from the camera to your mobile phone and then post it on YouTube or Facebook or wherever you wanted to.
What sort of definition are we looking at as far as the the resolution of the camera sensors?
So the camera entirely captures 2K. Which is pretty high, especially because that's correct, 1K per sensor, and then you're capturing with a very wide field of view, which is 180 degrees.
Yeah, so basically you can look around and see what the person was seeing, even the peripheral vision, right?
Exactly, and then if you are an expert and want to create something in 360, then you can buy multiple of them and put them into a triangle in order to capture 360 3D.
And I assume that you have the software will allow you to stitch it together and so forth?
Yeah, so there are a lot of software third parties out there who are providing the stitching software. We are not specifically specialized in stitching software, but we will help you to sync them up and record at the same time. And then, those current existing software which are on the market will help you to stitch them.
And speaking of stitching and synchronization, it has audio capabilities as well, right?
Yes, sure. So as we said, with the camera, we are trying to mimic the human eye, right? And so we are also trying to mimic the human ear. So we have on both sides microphones which record what you are hearing from right and from left.
Is there also an external audio input, or is that something that could be via Bluetooth or something like that?
External audio input, we don't thought about that. We didn't think about that, but in terms of Bluetooth, we decided not to go with Bluetooth because the bandwidth is very limited. But with Wi-Fi, it's definitely possible to sync up with other devices.
Yeah, I was just thinking if you wanted an external mic like the one I'm holding.
Right, exactly. Yes, that's a good option.
So it comes out when you're in the crowdsourcing funding program right now. When does it come out for production?
So it will ship out 2016, more late towards Q2, Q3. And so what we are focusing on right now is to gather as much feedback as we can, create something which people actually love, and then bring it to mass production and get there.
Excellent. Well, I wish you luck with this. It looks like it also has some batteries too. What sort of life are we looking at for that?
Yeah, so for battery life, we're looking up to 1 hour of recording. So it actually, you can record longer if you don't use it all the time. But 1 hour is pretty helpful.
How do you actually trigger the recording? Is there a little button or something?
Yeah, so as you can see here, we have a button or a switch on the top, right? And you can decide if you want to capture pictures or videos. If you capture pictures, it switches on, and then you click the button and it takes a picture. And you can view that back on your mobile phone, or you can transfer it and then share it.
So you're out there, you're shooting. What about the storage? Is there onboard storage on here as well?
There's onboard storage, some of it, but mostly on the micro SD card, which you can plug in. And with a micro SD card, you can decide how big your storage will be.
I assume it records to MP4 type format? Or?
That's correct. So you will get only one MP4 file out of that device. So you will not have multiple like current existing solutions out there. And that MP4 file, you can just play it back and that's it.
Okay. Do you see this moving into the sports realm, whether it be professional or maybe amateur sports, high school sports, things like that? It could be kind of fun.
I mean, I've thought about it, and we have tested in sports, like mounting it during basketball or football or whatever we play. The only problem is motion sickness in virtual reality.
I was thinking on the sidelines, if you put it fixed on the side.
Yes, in the sidelines, totally. That's definitely doable.
And with an MP4 file format, it seems like you go through a regular video mixer, so you could have multiples around these, around the...
That's correct, yes. It's very easy to do that. Yeah.
Could be interesting. Well, it seems like you really are just scratching the surface of the possibilities on this.
Right, yes. We think that, as soon as this product is out, more and more people will come up with more creative ideas than we do, because we believe that no matter how much we brainstorm, we will just come up with a small list of things which we can do. But if we actually enable and empower other people to do what they want to in virtual reality, it becomes so much more powerful, and virtual reality will start to disrupt more industries than it's doing right now.
Well, and that's an interesting point you raised then. Is there a way to kind of extend this through APIs or through apps or something? Is that what you're kind of implying there?
No, I'm not implying. I'm just saying in terms of applications, you told me about how you want to use it for your walls, for painting, which is very interesting. I never heard about, right? And that's exactly the secret about talking to people and letting them brainstorm, because you get ideas you have never thought about, and that's what I love about my job.
Yeah, no, it's really cool. And what you're referring to is the idea is you have a house and you don't know what color the walls should be, but if you could somehow maybe send it to a professional and let them see it in 3D, maybe it could save you a lot of pain and consternation and money.
Yes, and I think if you have one of those cameras, you can build your own company in virtual reality by doing whatever application you want to do. You want to go into the medical space and do remote surgeries. If you want to go into, creating your own driving school. I mean, those kind of things are definitely possible.
Yeah, it definitely looks like there's a person on the other end of this. Well, Han, I appreciate you coming over here, and thank you.